So GOP strategist Ford O'Connell, it's great to have you on. The media doing a great job of heart-wrenching images. 6-year-old girl, right, harmed. Children getting killed in the Ukraine. What Russia is doing is grotesque. That's what military strategists the world over say. Putin is pariah, but the media stateside is getting criticized for its chaotic coverage of Ukraine and politicized coverage, using it to go after their enemies here in the U.S. Your reaction?
Well, I think that the media coverage stateside has been abysmal. And frankly, when it comes to some Democratic politicians and some commentators, it's like there's a competition for the worst hot take out there. And we are only 6 to 7 days into this conflict, Liz. So I can only expect this to get worse, because what we're seeing is Democratic politicians basically putting politics first and not understanding the gravity of the moment.
Let's watch Joy Behar of The View bemoan the fact the Russian-Ukraine war is ruining her vacation plans. Watch this.
Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and that this is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too. You plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this, it's like, what's going to happen there?
Your reaction?
I wish I was shocked, but sadly, this is from Joy. This is the type of tone-deaf, elitist hot take we expect. She's more concerned about her European vacation plans than she is about 700,000 refugees right now. And I promise you, she's going to say something just as ridiculous in the weeks to come.
Ford, let's listen to House Speaker Pelosi trying to score political points of the Russian invasion, equating it to assaults on democracy here. Watch this.
We talked about the fact that the invasion, the assault on Ukraine was an assault on democracy. Barbara took the time to talk about assaults on our democracy in our own country.
Your reaction?
Nancy Pelosi is going to do what Nancy Pelosi does, and that is put politics first. And any opportunity she can to push the Democrats' voter suppression line, she's going to take that opportunity. And she thinks that Ukraine can help her push that to the American public. Sadly, again, Madam Speaker Pelosi missed the gravity of the moment, and this is much bigger than the points that Democrats want to score with Republicans.
We also have the New York Times running an op-ed saying the leader of Ukraine is seriously in over his head. That is not aging well. We also have the activist and creator of the controversial 1619 Project, Nikole Hannah-Jones, tweeting out that the media's coverage of the Russian invasion of Ukraine illustrates racism in the press. What's your reaction to that?
Well, let's look at the New York Times first. Look, the reason why NATO and the EU are waking up is because of Zelensky's leadership and tenacity and charisma. And when it comes to the 1619 Project and Hannah-Jones, it's quite clear that critical race theory and identity politics have broken some people's brains. We are focused on Ukraine, not because of racism, but because Russia's a nuclear power, Putin is a murderous thug, and it involves NATO and the U.S., and that's why we're focused on it, not because of some ridiculous nonsense that folks want to push in the academy.
Yeah, given the facts of what Putin has done, also his poisoning of enemies overseas in places like the UK, what he did in Chechnya is being repeated today. He's on Kyiv and Kharkiv and also Kherson. He's now moving to really slam the populations there, Ford. We have the Kremlin-backed Russia Today network is banished and dropped in Europe and Canada, but it's still, the American affiliate is still here in the U.S. You think we should get rid of RT?
Well, look, I'm all for differing viewpoints. Here's what I'll say about that. They are state-sponsored media, and their whole goal is to destabilize Western governments. I'd like to keep it open as long as possible. But again, at some point, it's going to have to be shut down and recognized for what it is.
Ford O'Connell, great to have you on. Come back soon. Okay.